Hello and good evening. Today it is Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. And for this video, I am going to wrap up. Actually, I might do one more extra video about it, but in terms of international hockey jersey videos, since I've covered the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, and did a two-part mini-series, which honestly I thought I could get it done in one video, but I needed to do a second one because the first one, in my opinion, was getting too long. Lately, I've been doing a lot of international jersey videos, and I've been doing them for my longtime subscriber, Sean. Since I did the 2014 Winter Olympic jerseys and uniforms and my thoughts on those in the past couple of videos, I thought I'd go the full 10 yards and do a video sharing my thoughts on the 2018 Winter Olympic hockey jerseys in Pyeongchang, South Korea. So, in this video today, I'm not going to go through them all in the same detail that I did with the 2014 Sochi uniforms. I'm going to be a little more brief on this one today. I might actually do one final international jersey video for the time being, sharing some discussion on some of the current jerseys that we've been seeing in the IIHF in the past, in this year, basically in 2021. I'm thinking I'll do the most recent World Hockey Championship and talk about some of the jerseys there, and that's it. But let's see. Where shall we start? I think what I'll do is I'll start by talking about the jerseys that Nike created first off. So, compared to 2014, in 2014, even though a lot of the looks were changed, where most of them were very top heavy with no waist striping, or they were flag based, this time around, all of the teams had a very interesting silicone based template, or a gradient-based template where there were silicone injections into the jerseys. And I'll talk a little bit about the jerseys that Nike created for the 2018 Winter Olympics. But instead of doing flag-based jerseys or top-heavy jerseys with no waist striping, you still got that a little bit in this 2018 Winter Olympics. Most of the jerseys actually had no waist striping, just saying. Actually, I don't think any of them had waist striping now that I think about it. Actually, that's not true because I think only the joint women's North and South Korean One Korea team had waist striping on their jersey. That was it. But with the Winter Olympic jerseys this time around, all of the teams basically had some type of similar gradient on the arm template design. And most teams had word marks on their jerseys. So instead of having a logo, for example, the United States, all three of their jerseys had a USA word mark. The men's South Korean team had word marks on their jerseys. Japan had word marks again. Most of the teams had word marks on their jerseys for the most part. But I'll read a quick little read-up from the IIHF's website talking about the new Nike jerseys that were brought out for 2018. So, Nike said that these jerseys, quote-unquote, represented alchemy, and they wanted to transform them into something special. Well, congratulations. You made some of the ugliest jerseys in a lot of cases that I've seen, personally. What they've started doing since 2018, though, is the players' lettering and numbers on their jerseys are basically just heat pressed and perforated. They're not even glued, or they're not even embroidered on anymore, and the idea for that is to make the jerseys more lightweight. So they've shifted to, this is from their website, single layer laser perforated numbers instead of layering up heavy twill that they applied by heat rather than stitching them down, which is interesting. Both of which increased, I guess, breathability and articulation. That's fair. Doing away with the previous large, heavy center front crest in favor of a small, intricate badge Select teams were moved to a new configuration led by country name rather than their crest, which I don't agree with that. The word marks are boring as hell. Yeah, they reduce weight, but I'd rather have a crest on the front. So, consolidating fonts across kits, those select teams got a unique font. I think Sweden was one of them. So, they had a cascading gradient, an expanded color palette that includes secondary and blah 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 colors. A new blade swoosh inspired by a hockey skate blade. Okay, yep. Flicker film, crescent numbers increases vibrancy, and injected silicone molds to make the trims pop. Okay, so there were 13 countries that participated in either the men's, the women's, or both. And there was a joint Korean team that was both based of North and South Korean women. So why don't I pull up a photo here? And here we go. So this is basically the gist of what we got from the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games. So Canada went with a very modern, ultra-modern design. It had a beveled maple leaf crest on all three of their jerseys, and once again, they did do a third jersey. I did not care for the word mark below the maple leaf, but it was only a 2-week event, so I guess it could have been worse. The Czech Republic, thankfully, both of their jerseys are, in my opinion, even though the white jersey from 2014 is so much nicer than this, at least the Czech Republic did not have clown suits this time around. Their other jersey in this Winter Olympics was a red flip of this one. I believe the shoulder yoke was white. Finland's jerseys was the white one here, and I think the other one was a blue flip of this. Notice Germany's jersey. Notice the big, loud design on the top with these crazy gradient flickers and a simple, boring Germany word mark that looks like it's a digital font. Really, really bad in my opinion. Thankfully, they've put their crest back on their jerseys. They've kept this design, I'm pretty sure, but at least the word mark is gone. But you see what I mean? They've got the German logo here, but why couldn't it have been on the front there? And I'll get my finger out of the way next time, sorry. Japan, for the second Olympics in a row, the women's hockey team qualified, which that's impressive. And to see the red with the gradient and the white flickers there on the arms and that boring Japan word mark, I'm sorry, but Japan needs to have a logo on their jerseys, not a word mark. But that design there, in my opinion, is downright awful. Actually, the last ones, in my opinion, were... The white one, at least, was a lot better than this. And they wore a white version of this, too, as their white light uniform. Germany had a bright yellow flip of this uniform here, which it was disappointing, too. Slovenia, notice that weird gradient with little hints of navy blue in there. Not a fan. The other jersey they wore was a white flip of this. Once again, I really am not a lover of this weird gradient design that Nike went with. Even though in more recent World Hockey Championships, I've been finding that a lot of the jerseys aren't as bad. I've tolerated them a lot more. But I find they have a very, maybe it's just me, but they have a real either BMX type or European feel to them. So this was the joint Korean jersey because instead of having a women's South Korean team, they had a joint women's team with players based from both South and North Korea. And there was a white flip of this jersey here. This was the men's jersey. So for the men's hockey, they only had a South Korean team. They had this jersey here and a blue flip of it. And I think there was red on the arms. I'll double check that shortly. Notice Norway's jersey is nowhere near as nice as the ones they wore in Sochi. Instead of a traditional design, they have this bluish gradient flare on the arms. They have a Viking ship sublimated into the red jersey base and a modern digital font, or I guess that's what I'll call it. Because the Korean jersey here has a digital alarm clock type font, similar to that awful font the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had on their old jerseys in the NFL. But these designs, damn, they were bad. Sweden thankfully put their foot down. I would not be surprised if this time around Nike tried to convince Sweden to put a Sweden word mark on their blue and yellow jerseys. Their other jersey was a blue flip of this, by the way. But thankfully, notice how Sweden has kept their design slightly traditional. Or at least it's got some traditional stripes on the arms, but I miss waist striping. At least their 2014 jerseys had a little bit of a traditional feel to them. The Swiss had this one and a white flip of it. I think it had a red on the top. I might be wrong. Slovakia, notice how there's... Oh, back to the Swiss. Notice how it's got the shield logo now. See, that's the logo I want to see the Swiss keep from here on in. At least it puts their cross from their flag inside of a shield, creating some kind of half-decent crest. Slovakia went with this royal blue jersey, but that word mark is awful. Why couldn't they have put their coat of arms logo on the front instead of it being a badge on the upper chest? And the Americans, that awful gradient look. The Americans' navy blue and white jerseys right now are really ugly. Thankfully, their Federation logo is a lot nicer than this awful USA word mark that they put on these. And for the 2018 Winter Olympics, because of the Russian doping scandal, the IOC allowed Russian players to play as quote-unquote Olympic athletes from Russia. So notice it's basically just a red practice jersey. You can barely see the gradients on the jersey during actual gameplay. So let's see if I can pull up some more images here. Don't mind me. I apologize for a delay, but okay, so here is some in real life photos of the jerseys. There's the Czech Republic's red jersey. At least it doesn't look like a flag clown suit like before. The men's South Korean jersey. Notice this weird gradient along the bottom of the body right there. Damn, that's brutal. And the red on the arms. It's a little bit interesting. I mean, it's got a little bit of a unique color design to it because of the red on the arms of a royal blue jersey, but it's still bad. This was what Russia's jersey was supposed to be. It was supposed to have the Russian crest on the front. Because of what happened with the doping scandal, obviously they played, and not only played in the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, but won the gold medal as the Olympic athletes from Russia. How ironic that the one team that has to play, they can't play as their country, but as athletes from Russia instead win the gold medal. So also note that the United States had an alternate jersey this time around that wasn't a throwback. There's something about this jersey design that I've actually never disliked. I've always thought it was actually kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of something out of the 90s, to be honest. And there's Germany's bright gold flip of their black jersey. Still ugly as sin. Yikes. Okay, so there was something I wanted to show you viewers. It was Russia's white jersey, I think. Yeah. So there's Slovakia's blue jersey there. One thing about this Olympics, though, that I noticed, teams actually had traditional sock striping this time around in a lot of cases, which was really good. That was an upgrade. The socks overall in this Olympics were a lot nicer than 2014, where some teams like Finland and the Japanese women had vertical sock stripes. And Canada's sock stripes and Latvia's socks were kind of weird too. They actually fixed that this time around. But notice the Olympic athlete from Russia word mark and then their player number there. But the red design on the arms of the white Russian jerseys, there's something about the simplicity of this uniform that I've always liked. I'm not going to lie. But I find a lot of these uniforms now in the recent years have gone for I find they're really European looking. Maybe that's just me, but here are the Americans' jerseys. That word mark is just ugly. But you know, it would have been nice if that USA shield that was actually the front crest on their home and away jerseys during the 2014 games, if that was the crest on there instead of the USA, it would have at least made these jerseys a little bit better. I'm sorry to you American viewers, but I have never liked these jerseys since they've been allowed to put their USA Federation logo on there again. But as for the royal blue one, notice the star on each arm. No, I know you can only see the one arm there, but with the gradients and everything and the diagonal word mark, that jersey has always been kind of neat. I've always liked that design since they wore it 3 years ago. So in this photo here, you can see, notice Canada's red jersey, their white jersey, and their black third in this Olympics actually had decent sock striping. Canada's design, in my opinion, was actually okay overall. The Canada alarm clock font word mark below the maple leaf, they did not need that. It would have been nice if there was a waist stripe, but Canada's jerseys were actually okay. The beveled maple leaf I could do without, but for an ultra modern jersey design, I thought these were okay. Not as good as the Sochi jerseys, in my opinion, but they were okay. But there's Germany's bright gold jersey. Yeah, I love the colors. I just don't like the jersey. So, speaking of Canada, actually, I'll go back to Canada in a moment. There's Slovenia's white jersey. Those gradients are really, I'm not a fan of them. But that USA Royal Blue jersey from a few years ago, I've always thought that it was actually not too bad. It's too bad that they didn't keep it around at least for the 2018 World Hockey Championship. I'm not going to lie. This design is actually not bad. I don't mind it. And I like it a lot better than their navy blue jersey they've been wearing since the Pyeongchang Olympics. So, okay, let's see. Here's a photo of the Americans' navy blue jersey. They still wear it in international competition now, except it has their USA Hockey Federation logo on the front, which is much nicer. There's Slovakia's white jersey. And let's see what else I can conjure up here for you guys. Here, I want to show my Canadian viewers the Canadian jerseys. Compared to the 2014 Olympics, Canada's black third jersey here, in my opinion, is much better than the last one, even though the last one, I didn't mind it trying to be something new, even though I do agree they didn't do a very good job. But the white jersey here with the red beveled maple leaf, I feel the white jersey this time around was the worst of the three. Last time around in 2014, it was definitely the black third. But the black third with just the simple red beveled maple leaf on it actually was okay. And you notice this gradient design on the arms. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But one thing about these jerseys, though, I actually think it would have been nice if the red jersey would have been kept as a third jersey, at least for the 2018 World Hockey Championship and maybe the 2019 World Juniors. Or maybe just the 2018 World Hockey Championship, because I think it was 2018 when Canada introduced their current black third jersey. So if they would have kept this for one World Hockey Championship as a third, I actually wouldn't have minded seeing Canada do that. I actually think the red and black jerseys from 2018's Olympics are still better than their current red primary jersey, which I noticed that in 2021 so far, we haven't seen that jersey worn. So, just a little something I thought I'd throw in there. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can't find a photo of Finland's royal blue jersey, just so I can show you guys here. Okay, here it is. Actually, let's see if I can find a better photo. So I apologize for the delay here. I want to make sure I don't wrap this video up until I've shown you guys that blue finished jersey. Okay, I'll use this one here. So there it is. It's a navy, or sorry, not navy, royal blue flip of the white jersey. I like the logo on the front this time around. It's actually not bad. It's too bad that the top of the shoulders of the jersey were navy blue. If it was just straight royal blue with navy blue on the arms, like it is here on the back, I think that would have been better. This design, in my opinion, I didn't think it was all that bad. Is there any other images I want to try to pull up here? Okay. So let's see. So Japan's jersey, there's not really much more I'm going to bother going into detail about with that because it's just an ugly white flip of this black jersey here. Germany's is a bright gold flip of this jersey here. The Finnish jersey is a royal blue flip of this with navy blue on the top. The Czechs jersey is a red flip of this with a white shoulder yoke. Canada, they had a black jersey and a white flip of this. The black jersey was a black flip of the white jersey without the Canada word mark on the front. The one women's Korean jersey, Team Korea jersey, it was a blue jersey and then a white flip of that. And then the Korean jersey, the South Korean men's jersey, was a royal blue flip of this with red on the arms. Norway's was just a white flip of this. I showed you the Olympic athlete from Russia away jersey. Well, I think white's had home, considered home in international play still. The USA actually did have a third jersey. The royal blue jersey was actually not bad. It's too bad they didn't keep it around a little bit longer, even though I would never want the USA to give up their Lake Placid throwbacks in favor of that jersey. But if they wanted to wear that as a third for a while, or as a primary jersey for the next, I don't know, World Hockey Championship, for example, that would be cool. Slovakia had this jersey and a white flip of it. The Swiss and Sweden. Why don't I pull up Switzerland real quick? And I'll see if I can't pull up Sweden too before I wrap this up. Here. Sorry for not being fully organized on this one, but I want to do my best to make this video and try and show all of the uniforms if I can. And where the hell is it? Okay. 2018. So the Swiss red jersey, at least it actually had a bit of a design this time, which is definitely an upgrade. But I'm just trying to find a picture of the white one. I'm really sorry, guys. Okay, so there's the white Korea jersey for the women's One Korea team. And let's see what else. Okay. Oh, actually, while I'm here, I'm finding other jerseys, ironically. So there's the white Japanese jersey. Man, Japan needs an actual logo. But once again, really disappointing. And can I find a Swiss jersey? I'm really sorry about how long this is taking. I did not anticipate this to be a frustrating search like it is. But I'm pretty sure this is the white design right here, which is just a white flip of it. So, oh yeah, and I'll check Sweden real quick here before we call this a wrap today. Okay, there we go. So unlike trying to find a photo of the white Swiss jersey, at least I was able to find a blue Swedish jersey. It's blue flip of the yellow one, or the gold one. And you know what? Good on Sweden for respecting their traditional look, the traditional sock stripes, the slight attempt at being traditional on the arms. It's better than nothing. So there you go. To my longtime subscriber, Sean, I thought I'd do this video for you today just so that we could cover the past two Olympics. I'm not sure what we're going to see in the future moving forward with the 2022 Winter Olympic jerseys, or if that Olympics is even going to be able to happen at all. But I'm sure Nike's going to come up with some new attempt to make the jerseys lighter. I wouldn't be surprised if the designs are probably going to be more mediocre once again. Hopefully Nike starts to try to bring back some type of traditional jersey design again. I missed that. I don't know about you viewers out there, but I miss more traditional designs in international hockey. And when it comes to my country, Canada, that's something I really respect about Canada, is that even though a lot of these teams just follow Nike and wear their jerseys and in all of their international competitions until the next Olympic batch of jerseys are released for the next Winter Olympics, I love how Canada has put their foot down and stuck with their own design. Now, their current primary red jersey sucks, but their current away looks great, even though I could do without the sublimated maple leaves on the shoulders. But anyways, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Sorry for it being a little bit more disorganized this time around, but I thought since I've done 2014's Winter Olympic uniforms and my thoughts on those, I wanted to do 2018's uniforms and my thoughts on those for my subscribers, Sean. So let me know what you think about the jerseys from this Olympics. I think they're definitely the worst that I've seen so far. Hopefully they're better when the Winter Olympics switch to, I believe, China next year. And hopefully that Olympics can actually happen. That would be nice. But anyways, guys, if you've got any thoughts down below, feel free to leave them. And that's going to be a wrap for me today. Until next time, take care. And as always, bye for now.